Right. So this is my review on the movie Contempt. One thing that I really admired about the movie was the jumping shots and just the jumping filming of not quite in chronological order, kind of back and forth and jumping from scenario to scenario. The beautiful colors of the movie. There was a lot of pastels, it being in the 60s and all. The acting was really well. And it was less dramatic and more so natural, I felt like, which was very interesting to see. And I felt that gave it that very realistic dimension. And I'm reading just randomly off of notes that I've got here. The book that she reads in the movie was very telling of what exactly had went on, and I felt like that was a really good way to portray to her lover exactly what had happened. Pacing and drama was really well done. I felt like I was in tune with it and able to stay with it. And I felt like the movie was kind of an emphasis on everybody making their own selfish decisions to break away and pave their own paths, even if that meant, breaking it off with the people that they had admired so much and going on to do their own things. And the movie kind of made it it had this kind of sorrow feel to it. That someone had kind of did wrong, but yet, people had betrayed each other, and yet that things were going to end in many different directions for many different people. And the girl said herself in the movie that she was kind of in love with the chaos and just really gravitated towards that and that dramatic lifestyle. And I felt like the movie did the best it could to try and portray humans trying to do God's work and kind of recreate God's work themselves. And I would almost compare this movie, and there's similarities and contrasting depictions between this movie and Y Tu Tambien. And both movies, they kind of have a somewhat focus on infidelity and have a strong, sense of moral reasons as to why they commit these acts. I feel as though the love for each other in this particular movie is much stronger than Y Tu Tambien. I feel like they were able to kind of maintain a relationship or work around each other, whereas like in the other movie, they just, did each other wrong and then they moved on and never really maintained any relationships, especially with the ending of Y Tu Tambien. We see that the two friends never even end up being friends anymore, just kind of part ways. This movie is also, as I said previously, it's not about sharing partners. It's more so about escaping and finding love elsewhere in different pursuits.